I.
You always do that.
I don't know. It's a thing that my brother did when I was growing up, and I always picked it up. Shout out to my brother. My brother.
Shout out to brothers worldwide.
Miss you.
We're brothers,
Wish I could see
right?
see you soon. Yeah, 100%. I mean, not like my brother though. Let me fix my camera though. Gosh.
Yeah, like I mean less to you.
Yeah,
Basically.
100%. 100%. All right, we here.
Well, it's a good morning from Sydney, Australia. It's 10 a.m. It's a good night from America, where most of y'all are from. We are live. And if you could do us a quick favor, show us some love, drop a like on this video right now. That's going to help us reach more amazing people just like you.
That's right.
And then quickly, I think our like goal should be 20 likes for this video. If we can get to 20 likes, I think it's probably impossible, but we always like to try and shoot for the stars. So if we can get to 20 likes, that would be awesome. You guys might be the reason that we get there. So we have a PPR redraft mock draft today. Do you want to show the board quickly? I just want to tell people, big shout out to these people from Discord.
Yeah, 100%. Let me switch really fast. We should.
So I want to give a shout out to DSH305, which is Daniel 7, Arnav, Chase, Cannon, Tebow, Tommy, SD Perkins, Seb, and Daniel Ilioy. All these guys are in our Discord. So if you want to be a part of a Discord community, if you want to be part of these mock drafts that we do live,
that's right.
There's actually so many things that we do in that Discord. Discord's cool. We didn't really even know about Discord until like literally 4 months ago we started it, and it's amazing. So join our Discord if you have not. There's a link in the description of this video. It's solo.to/FantasyLand That is how you can join these live mock drafts. We need to give a couple shout outs because we've had quite a few people sign up to our follower leagues this week.
We're pumped about it too.
Let me have a look quickly at the people who have signed up this week. Let's see. So I want to give a big shout out to Crypto Cowboy. Crypto Cowboy is signed up to the best of both world tiers. Excuse me. He's playing in both our redraft and our dynasty league. Big shout out to Touchdown Vultures, which is Brad. Big shout out to Ed Mack. Big shout out to Steven Perkins. All these guys, John Kavajansky. All these guys have signed up to our leagues recently, and
a lot of people, man. A lot of people.
We're just
pumped.
Hella excited. Quick note: the Discord. There's only 2 spots left in our first Discord league. Our
first dynasty league.
Dynasty, sorry, dynasty. In our dynasty league, there's only 2 spots right now in the first one. We will probably do a second league. We just can't promise that. So, jump in on that dynasty league. There's literally 2 spots left. If you want to play dynasty with us, now's the time to sign up. And then obviously the redraft. I think there's like 3 or 4 spots left in that first redraft league as well. So they're filling up quick. If you want to join a league with us, the comment that's pinned in the chat is the Patreon link. That is a link to sign up. That link is also in the description of this video.
Yeah.
Patreon.com/FantasyLandFam. We're hella excited. I mean, these things are going like hotcakes. Someone just signed up right now.
Dang, Corey Dean. I think he just. Bro, that's sick, bro.
Okay, so Corey Dean just signed up.
Shout out
Corey,
to you.
let us know which league you just signed up for, because that if you signed up for the dynasty or redraft, it doesn't matter. But
I can tell you right now, actually. Hold on, let me just
less
refresh.
spots available in one of those leagues. Okay, so Corey just signed up for the dynasty league.
Yeah.
That means there's 1 spot left for this dynasty league, our first ever dynasty league. So don't miss out, guys. I mean, here's the deal: if there's enough people wanting to do a second one, we will do that. But there won't be more than 2. 2 will be the max dynasty leagues we do this year because we want to put our full time and effort into them.
Yeah. Corey, we'll send you all those details and everything after this live, but obviously we'll do the live and we'll
expect a DM from us real soon. All right, should we give a shout out to the people in the chat quickly before we start? Shout out to Seb.
We got
Shout
Seb.
out to Chase, Gator, Daniel, Mark, Crypto,
Thomas,
Cowboy, Thomas, Golf Perk, Corey.
Oi, we lit today, boys. This is huge.
The boys are here today. And girls. So I as soon as I ask people to drop a like, someone dropped a dislike. There's always one person who trolls. It's so funny.
It's okay. It happens.
No, I just actually find it funny. Yeah, but hey, guys, we have a goal to hit 20 likes on this live stream. With your help, we might be able to do that. Drop a like for us. Show some love. Let's get this bad boy started then, yeah? Say Sky Black Boy. Say Sky Black Boy.
Yeah.
Okay. We are doing a PPR redraft mock draft today. 12-man, 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, a tight end, a flex, and 6 bench spots. No kickers, no defense. So let's go ahead and get this bad boy randomized, okay? So we're going to randomize 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Oh, my gosh.
And we're going to go ahead and begin.
And we're back to back there at the 1.4 and the 1.5.
Just how I like it.
Dope boy. Love that. Talk
Okay,
it up.
I wanna look at some of these. The chat is so active today. I love it. It's hard to keep up. But Daniel said if I don't get an A grade, I'm retiring from all of fantasy football. If anyone here from Sleeper, what do you think of my auction draft questions? I'm not sure what that means.
I think
Crypto says he missed this mock draft by a minute. It's true, man.
Yeah.
I just want to say, if anyone has not been able to mock with us, when you join the Discord, send us a DM. Send FantasyLand Football a DM and say, hey, I want to mock with you. I haven't been able to get into one. We will make sure that you get into the next one. We want to make sure everyone gets a fair shot. Shout out to Tommy. Mark says, where do you think Watson should go in Superflex Dynasty? I think typically he's going in the 5th round.
Yeah.
I feel like that is going to be a steal when he eventually does come back, which I do believe he will come back. Let's see. They're talking about auction drafts. What stinker gave this a thumbs down? It's funny. It's actually all bants.
Yeah, it's bants.
It could be people who have been trolling our account on YouTube. And then they're like, oh, when these guys go live, I'm going to really give it to them. You know? That affects me more than it affects you. You don't really give a shit.
Nah, I really don't care. If you don't like it, GG's. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, it is a fat GG's. What's up, John? Welcome. Shout out to Corey for signing up to the league.
You're on the clock, by the way?
I'm on the clock, by the way. Okay, so here I am. And, I think this is a good conversation because there's a lot of people worried to take Saquon.
Good old Say.
In a redraft league.
I gotta fix my camera.
And the more I think about it, the more I am really considering in this position potentially taking another player. Let me just look at my rankings here quickly.
Pull it up.
So I'm going to take Saquon. I do think that he could start the first couple weeks a little bit slower, but I think he has a chance to finish as a top 3 running back. I mean, I think we're forgetting what he did in his rookie season. This guy is literally a monster. I mean, you get him the ball, he does things that no other running backs can do, really.
Yeah.
Like, when you think about the way he runs, the way he cuts, I mean, there's other great running backs, but when he's absolutely in his prime, it's hard to find a better running back out there than Saquon Barkley. Let's just hope he stays healthy.
Derrick Henry, 1.3. Tebow fan there, really going for the king.
I don't dislike that, bro.
I don't dislike it either. I'm just saying, I don't dislike it, but I'm also uncomfortable. I'll be honest. Like, I think that I would still rather go Kamara over Henry at this very moment.
Okay.
But Kamara 1.4, I'm still buzzing about that, so I'm chilling.
Yeah, definitely. I just want to give a big shout out to everyone who's watching the stream. Shout out to all 16 of you. It means a lot that you would show up, that you would, care enough about this community to watch the live stream. That means a lot. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. We do 3 live streams a week. 2 are mock drafts. 1's a Q&A. We got really cool live streams coming up this season, including a live show during the games. We're pretty excited for it.
Talk it up.
Talk it up. It's called Talk It Up. And it's a whole new branding for that show. It's going to be really cool.
Yeah.
And we're excited for it. So subscribe if you're not subscribed. And drop a like to help your boys out. Let's see if we can get to 20 likes on this live stream. With your help, we might be able to do it. So drop a like right now. And let's see what we can do. All right, some things to note. Jonathan Taylor falling to the 1-9. That, in my opinion, is criminal.
Criminal?
I mean, look, like he can't be getting past the 7 spot, in my opinion.
Okay. I mean, Hold on, I'm just trying to find Jonathan Taylor in my rankings. Is he not ranked at all? Okay, I still have him in the same spot. um, Look, you can't take a chance. I think I would be taking all those guys over over Jonathan Taylor still. Um, but obviously, you know how I feel about Cam. I mean, about
I do
JT.
know how you feel about him.
But
Yeah.
it's okay. You know,
You're what we call a hater.
nah,
No, jokes.
nah, nah, nah,
Um,
nah.
all right. I mean, honestly, I would take Jonathan Taylor over Austin Eckler. I mean, but I get it. I get the worries. I'm really not comfortable with Akers at the 110 anymore, though. My stance on Akers has really changed as of recent.
So like, you're gonna take him higher or lower?
No, lower. I'm not comfortable taking him that high.
So where are you
Um,
comfortable taking him? If I thought,
I'm
but
probably comfortable taking him like at the 2-3. Like I don't think I can take him. If I'm on the turn, I probably wouldn't have taken him. I would have taken Kelsey and another running back. But I like Akers. I'm just more worried about Darrell Henderson than your average person. I really think that it could be a timeshare that we're all missing out on
right,
what it really is.
right. All good. Let's catch up with the chat here. Where'd you leave off?
I said shout out to John and then Doughboy. I think
Everyone.
is the next
Yeah,
comment
there are
there.
12 more people. Right. Let's go them. Let's get them to 800 subscribers. 100%, yo. We're trying to,
Hell yeah.
man. We are ready to
Trying to
do
hit
something
that
special.
we have some ambitious goals. We're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers before the season starts. I don't know if we can do it,
Yeah,
but it would be pretty sick if we
yeah.
could pull that out.
I'm excited. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe right now. That would be amazing. Um,
Yeah.
I think
For some
I'm
reason,
pretty
I
sure
think
everyone is.
like there's 20% of the people who watch our videos are subscribed. So if you're part of that 80%,
Shout out to you.
let's switch it up.
Well,
I
sorry,
don't,
yeah. I said shout
I
out
don't
to
know
you.
what I'm doing with my hands. Okay, Antonio Gibson. That's another guy I was going to say I would have taken above Akers. I didn't want to say any names because I didn't want to, screw anyone's game up, but I am way more comfortable with Gibson than I am with Akers this year. Do you want to
Um,
fight me over that?
no, I have them back to. Nah, actually, I don't have them back to back. I'm more comfortable with Akers. Joe, I think people are hesitant on him, so people are going to. I'm sorry, people are going to, fall on Joe. So, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, man. I like
Mm.
Joe Mixon. I think there's great value there. I'm still
Okay.
taking Cam Akers.
Okay. Aaron Jones is a guy who's hard to evaluate because if Aaron Rodgers truly isn't coming back, then that is not where you should take him. You shouldn't take him in the second round, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't like Aaron. I don't like Aaron Jones.
All right, let's address the chat a little bit because we've definitely missed some comments. Shout out to everyone who's making this live stream amazing. You guys, we really appreciate it. If you're watching and you haven't dropped a like, do us a favor, show some love, drop a like. Let's see if we can hit 20 on this live stream together. Sebastian said, I'm resigned to y'all disagreeing with my picks, but it worked last year, so I'm sticking to my guns. So where is Seb at? So Seb is Eckler and Jones, I believe. Let me know if I'm wrong, Sebastian. I don't dislike the Eckler pick. I like your Eckler pick. I just can't go Jones with the other available running backs there. Not with the unknowns. If Aaron Rodgers is back, then yes, of course, you've started this draft really, really well. But it's okay to have differing opinions as well. By
Yeah,
the way,
100%.
that's something that we try and let people know. It's okay if you don't agree with us. The only reason we're gonna say our opinion is just because this is, this is kind of what we're here to do. But it doesn't mean that it's more right than yours or, like nothing like that. We just like to let people know how we feel about it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I 100% completely agree. I think there is. Yeah, do your thing. We're just gonna tell you how we feel. We wouldn't be taking Jones at that spot. We think there's a lot of people that we like, especially according to our rankings that are still on the board. So it just really depends on what you want to do. We're just gonna tell you what we think, and you can kind of do
Yeah,
your thing.
absolutely.
But it says he's
Um,
like, yeah, I'm just trolling y'all. Nah, I saw love though, 100%.
Yes, sir. Okay, so I want to answer Crypto's question. Crypto Cowboy said, "This is to both y'all. Which slots do you prefer to draft from? The beginning, middle, or the end? The swing?" So this is something that I'm on the clock. Okay.
Oh, yeah, you are on the clock. Be careful.
Be
Me, you
careful.
gotta whoa.
Oh, this is a really tough position to be in at the 5 spot, man. Mm,
Careful.
because Clyde was there, it would have been easy for me. I really need to figure out what I want to do here. I think unfortunately there's a different tier that I now see when it comes to wide receivers and running backs. So I think I might have to grab a wide receiver here. Yeah, I'm gonna grab DK.
That's fine.
So that's a good question, right? Where do we like to draft? I have a strong opinion on this. The 1.1 is great because in Dynasty you get Patrick Mahomes, and in redraft you get Christian McCaffrey. Other than that, drafting at the 1 or the 12 is terrible. It's awful. I strongly dislike drafting on either side of the turns, and the main reason is because when you make your pick, you then have to wait 24 picks to make your next one,
Yeah.
and you are sitting there thinking, "Oh yeah, maybe this player that I like will fall to me." And then none of those players fall. So what you end up having to do is you have to reach almost every time it's your turn to pick a player. Because if you don't reach, you won't get that player that you want to. So I much more prefer to draft from the 4 to the 8 spot. I don't think that that's common. I'm not sure that everyone would agree with me in that, but I prefer going either 4 to 8 because I think the board falls to me and I don't have to reach as much as I would have to if I was drafting on the edges.
Yeah.
So that's what I prefer. What about you?
Yeah, 100%. I completely agree. 4 to 8 is a great feel. That's why, mock drafts, I'm always like, oh, I always get the 4, I always get the 5. Like, I never feels like I've switched it up. So,
Yeah,
um, uh, it's always good to practice on the edges, though,
I
because
know.
you just never know what's going to happen when that draft comes. By the way, if you in our dynasty league, we're going to figure out, or redraft, we're going to try to figure out a cool way to the draft order as
Pretty
well.
sure the Dynasty League only has one spot left. So, I mean, as soon as that spot's filled, we can actually do a Dynasty draft, a real live draft for you guys all together with that league. I'm hyped
Sheesh.
for that.
Yeah, that is crazy. That's crazy that could
It's
happen.
already it's already getting full.
But yeah, so I completely agree. But yeah, if you have any questions about we need to figure that out like now, actually.
No, I mean, I think it's pretty simple. As soon as the last person signs up for that first league, we'll set a date. Hey guys, here's the date. Everyone good with this? Let's go.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay. Ed Mac, if I do another mock tonight, I'll join. We'll let you know. I doubt it though. But for sure, check out
It's
next week.
hard because we're now doing 3 podcasts a week.
Mm.
So we just switched to 3 podcasts a week. We have been doing 2. By the way, yes, we have a podcast. It's called Fantasyland Football. You can find it on any podcast platform worldwide. Um, but we just switched to 3 podcasts, and we have our other jobs as well. So we want to do more live mock drafts. But that's why we say if you missed out, if you haven't had a chance to mock with us yet, DM us on Discord, and we will make sure that you get into the next one. We want to make sure everyone gets a chance.
Yeah. Gator fan, sorry, but did you see my auction question? Apologize if I missed it. Auction question. Let's see.
Auction question. I didn't see auction question.
I was at the very top. I Fantasyland football. I know I ran this
Okay.
specifically by you guys before, but I was wondering what do you think is I was wondering what you think would be a good budget breakdown for what percentage to spend on each position group.
So I think you're on the clock, and I think
Okay.
I can answer this question for both of us. We don't ever want to pretend to be something that we're not, right? That's not something we want to do. And when it comes to auction drafts, we only want to give advice on things in fantasy that we can actually offer you good advice in, right? So when it comes to auction drafts, we're not big auction draft guys. So we don't do them often. We don't have friends that do them often. We haven't tried different strategies with them. So for us to give you advice on them wouldn't be wouldn't be something that we could like do and be okay with. Like I could make something up in my mind right now and tell you, but it wouldn't be something that I would feel good about doing. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's just something that we're like, hey, we decided from the very beginning, let's give advice to people on the things that we are really good at. Let's not try and pretend to be something that we're not. So, I mean, I just want to say like that's not something that we could give you advice on. I would love to be able to give you advice on that, but we're not big auction draft
Yeah.
people. I don't know what percentage to tell you. I've done an auction draft before. I didn't love doing it.
It's
And
also
it's not something that I love doing. So I don't know
yeah.
enough to give you good advice on.
Yeah, it's also a lot of like you really got to break down, man. We got to think about every position. You got to think about what position you want to weigh heavy on, and really break down the percentage of every time you're going to go into a mock draft or into a auction draft,
Yeah.
and so you can have the right percentage. Because if someone falls or doesn't fall, and someone spends more, well, not falls, but someone spends more money, technically auction draft, obviously you're auctioning for that person, so anyone can beat you out, you know.
Yeah.
So
So I hope you guys get where we're coming from. Like I could make up an answer for you, Gator, right now, but I'll be honest, like it's not going to be good advice. So I only want to give advice. We only want to give advice when
hmm
we are very confident, and that's mostly redraft,
yeah,
dynasty. I mean, even a little bit of best ball, but I mean, we try and stay in our lane. We don't want to pretend to be something we're not.
yeah.
Um, okay, next question. Sorry, guys, we're trying to get through all the chats. Um, Daniel says he hates the 110. Yeah, the edges are pretty hard. Sebastian says, I like Aaron Jones more if Rodgers leaves, but he's definitely just trolling.
hmm
Chase says, all right, I'm officially here. I was finishing up a game. Welcome to the stream, Chase. Samuel Jacob Witz, in all caps. My guy means business in the all caps. He says, I traded Montgomery for Andrews because I am stacked on running backs and need a tight end. What do you think? So anytime you guys are going to ask for advice on the live streams, we're happy to help. But you need to tell us what kind of league you're in.
Yeah.
Is this a dynasty league? Is it a redraft league? Is it PPR, half PPR standard? What's the format? Let us know, and we will. He said PPR ESPN. So is it a redraft league? Is it not dynasty? Redraft is where you redraft.
Redraft.
So it's redraft. Okay. So you traded Montgomery for Mark Andrews.
You stack at running back. I mean, if you stack at running backs and need a tight end, I don't
It
see why
really
not.
depends on
Your other
what running backs you had. I
because
don't hate it. I don't love it either. I have to be honest, because I do think that if we look at the value of each player, I I feel more confident in David Montgomery as a running back than I do in Mark Andrews as a tight end. You know what? That's false.
Akers,
I'm
Taylor,
spitting bullshit right now.
Akers, JT, and Eckler. Very good, I would say.
Yeah,
I think that's
that's a
good.
very good.
I think that I thought it was a good trade. I think
Okay.
you should be
You know
happy
what?
with that.
The more I think about it, I'm okay with it. If
Yeah.
you needed a tight end, the only issue is, one of those running backs goes down, then who's the depth there that you have at the running back position still? So that would be my only worry is what's the depth behind David Montgomery.
Mm.
Um, Gator said I thought about drafting Waller, but drafted Carson instead because of how long it would take, how long till I draft next. I get it. It's
In
hard.
this draft?
Yeah,
A
I
different
think you
draft.
put in this draft. I believe Gator's Tebow fan. I think he's a
Oh,
3.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I think you put yourself in a really hard position. Same with me. I put myself in a hard position when I took DK. You took D Hop. When you don't go running back, it makes it really difficult to
Yeah.
grab a tight end in the third round
Yeah, 100%.
because you really need to get at least 2 running backs in the first 3 rounds. Like after that, it's real weak at the position. So I get it. I get getting Carson. Would you take Chris Carson over Miles Sanders and David Montgomery? Is
No.
that something you're doing in a redraft league?
No, I have. Ooh, no.
Yeah. Same.
I have Miles keeps going up my rankings with all the reports coming out of this offense and this coordinator that I really like and I think is going to be a great fit. And Monty, I think he's just going to get the ball. I mean, I don't
Well,
know.
yeah. I
I
mean,
don't know if he's
apparently
going to.
they want to get him 20 rushing attempts per game. That's
Yeah.
what the reports are saying. So
So I mean, I don't mind it. So I like Monty and I like Sanders. Sanders, like I said, he keeps coming up my rankings, so I'm excited about him.
Cairo says made it. He said, "You think Najee Harris is worth a first-round pick? Full PPR redraft, 1 keeper league. If I'm keeping Swift in the 6th, if you're keeping Swift in the 6th, that's great value. Najee Harris in the 1st. I imagine that because this is a keeper league, a lot of the guys who go in the 1st round won't be available. And I have Najee as a second round guy, early second round, pretty much where he went, I'm comfortable with. So yeah, I would say in that scenario where a bunch of these guys probably in the first round aren't available, I'd be comfortable with Najee. What about you?
Sorry, I'm just reading the chat. Yeah, I do like Najee. I had Najee really high back in the day, and then I kind of came to my senses. But I am comfortable at towards the end there. 1.12, 111 type area.
Yeah.
Especially that turn. So I don't mind it. I think it's decent.
Okay. Next question. Do you want to answer that? I'm about to make
Um,
my pick here soon. Just need to get my mind right.
yeah, sorry, I'm just reading the sports scoop. Shout out to those boys. Thanks for coming through. Samuel. He also has David Johnson as an RB3. Yeah, it's not terrible. I like that. Only two RBs in my league. One of the RBs will be flex. Don't trust. Right. Okay, that's DC. Yeah, that makes sense. Sebastian, don't trust a word Matt Nagy says. Bro, he's on the comeback. Believe it.
Yo, Matt Nagy's career is going to be judged by Justin Fields.
Yeah,
Justin
and
Fields
he's going to be the hero. Watch.
If Justin Fields is who we think he is, Matt Nagy's career is just going to be completely saved.
Gosh, what do I go here now?
Doughboy says that's classic Nagy talking too much with Monty. He loves chatting with reporters. Yeah, I think, funnily enough, there are so many reports coming out of camps and OTAs where you do have to take them with a grain of salt. You do have to, recognize that they're there. Those reports are there. But don't hang on every word that you see from a report, right? Like, if that report comes out and they say, we want David Montgomery to get 40 touches a game, you're like, okay, well, let's be realistic. That's just not going to happen. So pay attention to the reports, but just know that you can't always rely on every report. If a report comes out tomorrow that Josh Jacobs is going to see 25 rushing attempts per game, don't go out and trade, Antonio Gibson for Josh Jacobs, right? I mean, we love Jacobs, but you just have to take those reports with a grain of salt. Justin Young says, and guys, be aware that Tariq Cohen still has that ACL symptoms. Feels like he's not going to be ready for the season opener. Yeah, and I'll be honest with you. I'm not really worried about Tariq Cohen. Are you?
No, not at all. He's not someone that came to mind. I mean, I know he's back. I know he was out for the season.
Like, if he's healthy, he will probably play like a third down role, right? Like a J.D. McKissick, but maybe not as involved as a J.D. McKissick.
Yeah, I'm not scared, to be honest.
Yeah. It will be the last mistake you make to trust Matt Nagy. Viper, what's up, Viper? I don't think we've had a Viper on the live stream before. Thanks for joining, bro. And by the way, someone did subscribe. We just didn't get a notification, so thank you for subscribing. If you guys haven't subscribed, go ahead and drop a subscribe. That would mean a ton to us. I
gotta figure out why that's not working, man.
We do 3 live streams a week, right? 2 mock drafts, 1 Q&A. So join the fam. And I don't know if we hit our like goal. We are trying to get to 20 likes. So everyone who's watching, if you haven't dropped a like, you could help us reach that goal. Maybe we can get to 30 with your help. Go ahead and drop a like for us. Let's see what we can do. Viper says, I've been hearing $70 out of a $200 budget for CMAC alone. I hate spending a lot on players. I try to grab values instead of expensive than $2 fill-in guys. Yeah, auction's so complicated.
Yeah.
Auction is so complicated.
Not really like
Arnav
a fan
said,
of it.
my bad for going on auto pick for a bit. I had to eat dinner. Auto pick drafted good picks though. I mean, yeah, auto draft can do that sometimes. Let's see, you got Zeke, Adams, Justin Jefferson, and Josh Allen. Not a terrible way to start. Tommy says, damn, Kittle and Julio highway robbery. Yeah, Kittle at the 3.6. I was considering Kittle. But as soon as Waller was off the board, I was like, all right, let me grab my second RB. I'm going to be in a bad place if I don't.
Man, this is where I'm stuck at. So, like, my thought process is either I get a wide receiver. I have 2 options. Okay, this is my thought process. I either pass on the wide receiver and solidify my top quarterback, or the opposite way. I'll get a wide receiver and get my quarterback later. I'm going to try a strategy here.
Okay.
Because I don't have a wide receiver at all. So I want to see who's going to come back to me. because I have 3 running backs, tight end, quarterback through Kyler. Let's go there, see what happens. Let's see what wide receiver is going to come back to me. Man, I think
Okay.
best available, I think, that's going to come back to me is going to be like a. Can't even
I'm in
say.
2 positions here. I either need to grab my 3rd running back or I don't want to tell you guys because everyone's who's mocking with us is watching. So I think I'm going to take a little bit of a chance. Yeah, he's gone. He's gone. I'm just looking at who's available. Sorry. So I'm gonna take a little bit of a chance here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I'm gonna grab Myles Gaskin here as my RB3. Not a guy I love, but he was the next available in my rankings. So it'll be interesting to see if Myles Gaskin is one of those guys that's really hard to gauge this year. Hey, like, is Malcolm Brown going to play any role? Is Myles Gaskin really going to be the workhorse? Does he have the body to handle a workhorse load? I think the good thing is he should see plenty of receptions out of the backfield, so that makes me more comfortable.
Yeah, and I think that's what's going to happen. I think they're going to really try to solidify the run game this year. I think that's why they brought in Malcolm Brown. If it is a running back by committee, I still believe Gaskin is going to have more of the opportunity there. So,
Agreed.
I mean, 5.5 in running back by committee with the guy
Not
that
bad,
can
yeah.
it probably that can give you 8 to 10 points in a bye week or a flex option. I don't think it's terrible, especially with
No, I'm happy with it. I think it just depends on how the board now falls, right? Because there's other things I wanted to accomplish.
Yeah.
All right. So Daniel says if I don't get an A grade, I'm retiring from fantasy. Let's see where Daniel's team is right now. He's got Akers, Mixon, Keenan Allen, and Mike Evans. I mean, we will give draft grades out at the end, but
I mean, you started good. It just I can tell you one thing I would have done already different.
No.
But
wait till the end.
You gotta wait till the end.
Viper says thanks for the welcome. I'm in 14 team PPR redraft, trying to figure out what guys are gonna drop to me around 1.8. I kind of want to pick Akers instead of Zeke, but mostly because I don't like the Cowboys. I'll be honest. I am not taking Badaki and I see Akers very differently. I think people view Akers as this locked and loaded workhorse running back. I don't see it that way. I think that Darrell Henderson is going to have a role. I really do think he will. Now, I'm still comfortable taking Akers in the 2nd round, but I'm not going to take him in any 1st round this year. So I would personally go Zeke, especially in redraft. You don't have to worry about, him getting old or anything like that. For me, it's Zeke, and it's not all that close.
Yeah.
I would go Zeke. I would go Chubb. I would go Jonathan Taylor. I would go Gibson all over Akers. That's what I personally would do.
Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out something. Zeke, Chubb over Akers. Could be going in a redraft. He's in a redraft. Hey, he said. Yeah, I'm going Zeke over Akers, Chubb over Akers, but Akers at the 1.10. At the 1.8 for me, I think is a good, especially if you're looking at how the board felt this round. I would take Akers over Eckler over JT in my personal opinion. So
no way I could do that, bro.
Yeah, Zach can't do it.
No way.
But there's a no way. It's no way, man.
If you're new to the channel, expect myself and Badaki to disagree.
There's no way.
Almost all the time. Almost all the time. Actually, I think we do see things similarly sometimes, but there's plenty of disagreements which you can take whichever side you believe, makes more sense. You get to make your own decisions based on what we say. Apparently, Gator says, who's a player for two for each of you in the first handful of rounds that is my guy? Ooh. You know what? I love the question, but we're gonna have a segment.
Yeah, I was
soon
gonna
on
say
our
that.
podcast, so I don't want to ruin that. That is a really good question, Gator. But we don't want to call it my guys because a lot of people have called it that before. But we have certain people that we are absolutely obsessed with this year, and we will be making segments on our YouTube page and in our podcast for them relatively soon in the future. So I don't want to no spoilies.
Yeah.
Apparently we got to 20 likes. Hell yeah.
Shout out to the people. Let's go to 25 now. New goal.
Yes. If you're watching and you haven't dropped a like, help us get to 25. I don't know if that's possible, but that would be dope.
Absolute guaranteed.
Absolute guarantee. Heaven and earth.
Heaven and earth. Make it
Heaven
happen.
and earth.
Make it happen, boys.
Hey, shout out to Cairo Jag, who just subscribed to the channel. We'll probably see a notification like 20 years later.
Bro, I hope we can see a notification. That's what I did. I just refreshed the link and I re-entered it on the OBF Streamlabs. Okay. So hopefully it pops up, and if it doesn't, then just a fat GG's in it.
Thank you guys for dropping the likes. If we could get to 30, that would be crazy. I don't think we ever got 30 on a redraft. We've hit 30 on a dynasty mock draft before, but I don't think we've ever hit 30 on a redraft. So that would be crazy.
Ooh, you know what I want to talk about? RSA, boys. RSA. Check it out. A sponsor. I thought you looked like you were gonna say something. I was like, I want to say this because last time we did it at the end, but I actually want to do it now because no one was really in it. If you love sports memorabilia, RSA is our go-to. It's in the description below. 15% off with the code FL15. Like I said, the description is down below. If you love anything sports memorabilia, footballs, jerseys, helmets, stuff, by the way. It's all signed. It's all signed. Okay, this is
by the players.
We're glad Blaze is playing here. You love it. RSA. Check it out. The description is below. Hopefully, maybe Zach can put it in the chat as well. We're really excited to be partnering with them. Those are our partners from last year and going into this year. So we're really excited. And they're going to be sponsoring our show, Talk It Up, which is really awesome. Yeah. So check that out.
Yeah. All right. I'm on the board here. Damn. I was hoping one of those tight ends was going to fall to me. They didn't. And that's okay. Right?
Mm-hmm.
It's okay, right?
That's all right, guys? That's okay.
Right? Right, guys? Okay, what do I want to do here? There's a guy that we made a video about recently. You know, there's still guys that I'm interested in. So I'm going to go grab a guy I love this year, and that's T. Higgins. T. Higgins is my wide receiver 3. I really like my running backs and wide receivers.
Yeah.
Well, my tight end and quarterback, I don't know what's going to happen there. Let's address the chat. I think we missed a couple questions. Daniel said, nothing I strive harder in life for than to get an A in the FantasyLand mock draft. I love the commitment.
There we go.
I mean, we're excited. We're excited to see. Hey, and there's a notification.
Finally.
Hey, thanks for subscribing, bro. Appreciate that. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, guys. Doughboy says, Zach's response means you won't get an A. I mean, look, we'll grade at the end means Zach is hoping you make better picks in the later rounds to get a better grade. I can neither confirm nor deny. There's a long way to go, Doughboy. That's true. Why you hate on Akers? He is in a prime position to get good volume and in a good offense. So this is a great opportunity because someone asked the question for me to talk about it again. And I really enjoy talking about this right now because, again, I think all the fantasy community is like, Akers locked and loaded. He's the workhorse. Okay, 2 things I want to quickly say. What happened the last time we judged a trend that Sean McVay had towards the end of his season? Everyone drafted Tyler Higbee way too high, right? Oh, look at the last 5 weeks. Tyler Higbee was a monster. Surely Sean McVay is scheming up for him to be the next big tight end. Now, I know they're different positions, but you need to be very careful paying close attention to trends at the end of the season that Sean McVay has, okay? Second reason is, where was Cam Akers drafted? The second round of the NFL draft. Where was Darrell Henderson drafted? The second round the year before, I believe. So we're all talking as if Cam Akers cost the Rams so much more than it cost them to get Darrell Henderson, when in reality is those guys cost the same. And we're sitting here pretending that when Darrell Henderson was injured and all these guys were injured and Akers was getting all the workload, that automatically means Akers is locked and loaded to be a workhorse guy. I can't get there. I think he's going to be good. I think Akers is going to be great. But I can't get where everyone else is saying that he's going to be a workhorse guy. There's no way in hell I can take him over Zeke, Eckler, Chubb, Jonathan Taylor, Gibson. Like, I just can't get there because I don't see it the way you guys do. I mean, I think it's more than likely a 60-40% split. 60% Akers, 40% Henderson. I agree. Akers is more talented, but I just can't get there where everyone else is. And if that's my fault and I end up missing out, then I'm okay to put my hands up and say I was wrong. Um, so that's where I am with it.
I mean,
Akers over JT is legit witchcraft. Doughboy said it's legit witchcraft.
it's okay. I'm happy with it.
No, that's what he said. I'm just having fun. All right, I'm gonna take my guy Trey here. Trey Sermon in the 7th round.
Trey Bay.
My running back room is stacked, bro.
Trey Bay.
I'm pretty happy with this draft so far for myself in a redraft league. We're gonna give out draft grades at the end, so don't miss out. Okay, Viper says I don't trust Eckler's health. And JT with Mack and Hines. I kind of like Akers only dealing with Henderson the most. It's rough. Yeah, I mean, I think in a PPR format, I feel like Eckler is really safe. I've gotten more and more comfortable with him. The offensive line is much more improved. They got Rashawn Slater in the draft. They got the best center in free agency. And they got Justin Herbert. So I think I'm more and more okay with Eckler as the offseason goes on. And with Jonathan Taylor, again, we have to take these reports with a grain of salt, but all the reports are coming out that he is going to be the workhorse guy. Marlon Mack coming off an injury, signed a 1-year, I think like $1 million deal. Wasn't very much at all. And I agree, Hines will play a third down role, but I think that Jonathan Taylor is getting 70% of those carries. I have an interesting idea for keep trade cut. Let us know. Pop that into the Discord, by the way. Because we could use that on our podcast if it's a keep trade cut.
We put a thing there. We made a channel for that, for ideas, content ideas for the community, which is going to be the podcast at the moment every Wednesday.
Yeah,
every Wednesday. Is it Wednesday for America?
It's a
Thursday. Tuesday.
It's a Tuesday for America.
Bro, I don't know.
Okay, so. So Daniel says, are you implying that Henderson is going to take touches away from Akers when in the Rams' most important game of the year, Akers gets 25 touches? I'm not implying that. I am implying that Henderson was dealing with injuries.
Yeah.
Okay. And again, be careful of trusting and over-analyzing trends that Sean McVay does towards the end of a year because it's burned people before. So again, I like Akers. I'm not saying don't draft Akers. I'm saying don't draft him unless you're in the 2nd round. You just need to be more cautious, in my opinion. Doughboy says I like Akers, but not mixing spells and saying he's going to outdo JT. Gator says I'm pretty happy with my draft so far too. What do you think? We don't want to give any spoilers, Gator. We're going to give draft grades out at the very end. So once we see people's teams in full, then we can give you a full draft grade. Granted, I'm obsessed with JT, but the dude is going to be a top 3 running back in 3 years. Yeah, Doughboy. I mean, we're not saying this, but there are, and I don't think it's out of the realm of possibilities, but people are saying he could be a top 3 running back this year.
Who's this?
I'm not betting on that. Jonathan Taylor.
Oh, JT.
I'm not betting on that. There are other people who are, but I agree. The projection is there. He's probably one of the running backs I seek the most in Dynasty.
I don't believe it at all.
That's okay.
I believe everyone and their mother is drafting JT at his absolute ceiling. Yeah. It's not even ceiling. It's like out of this world.
Bro. Not at it. They're not taking him at his ceiling.
Bro. Okay. Well, we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. We don't know.
We are gonna find out.
We don't know.
Viper says Discord. Oops, I'm used to being on Twitch.
Yeah.
We are gonna start streaming on Twitch really soon. We do have a Twitch. It's twitch.tv/FantasyLand Football. If you guys want to follow us there. But we're going to start streaming on both platforms. If you want to join our Discord, guys, there's a link in the description of this video. It's the solo.to/FantasyLand Football link. That is a link for you to join our Discord.
Yeah.
I'll put it in the chat right now.
It's we're going to be setting up all our Twitch and stuff because if you do follow us on Twitch, that actually really helps us. If you guys want to, go follow us on Twitch. It's not set up correctly or anything yet, but that's going to be for the show, for the Talk It Up show. We're going to be doing some stuff there as well. We're going to be going live stream on YouTube and on Twitch starting very soon, probably starting during the preseason potentially. Who knows? We're going to figure that out soon. But so, season's coming up.
Yeah, Daniel's reply to my Akers take is, well, Sean McVay historically used the premier workhorse back, not split. Guys, how did that work out for Todd Gurley? How quickly did his body disintegrate? I mean, I feel like that is, in my opinion, you're going to see it two different ways. It's okay if you see it the other way, but the way I see it is Sean McVay is like, damn, like I can't do that again. Let me get guys. By the way, look at a lot of teams are looking at the Browns, thinking, how do we replicate that? And in fantasy, that makes it more difficult. But I mean, I'm on the edge, who thinks Sean McVay doesn't want to do that again. He doesn't want to put himself in that position where a player is worn down like that.
Mm.
Um,
It happens. I just think it happens. I mean, I don't know if we can compare Todd Gurley to Cam Akers' body issues. Like
mm,
I think it seems pretty like a unfair evaluation. Yeah, Todd Gurley was probably one of the best running backs in the league at that time. I mean, like you said, look and go back and see with Sean McVay when he was in the top five, top whatever every single year. It's just
yeah,
his own body. It was the wear and tear. So I'm
yeah,
not saying
I mean,
that Cam
could be.
Akers is Todd Gurley. I'm not saying that at all. Or what's Todd Gurley? It's going to be Todd Gurley in his
I mean, with
prime.
all due respect to Cam Akers, it's not as if his body type is like more fit to take that workload than you know what I mean than Todd Gurley was. Cam Akers isn't a bigger back than Todd Gurley.
No, no, no way. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like,
I'm gonna take my quarterback 6 here in the 8th round. I'm not gonna let him slip away from me this time. Tom Brady. I got him as the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th quarterback off the board. I just get more and more worried because you guys know how much I love Tom Brady, so I know I have to grab him a round or two early now. Um, anyway, going back to that, I know someone said there's no description on the video. So if you're watching on mobile, you'll see
yeah.
the title of our video. It says PPR mock draft dash fantasy football 2021. To the right of that, there's a little tab. Okay. If you push on that tab, you'll then be able to see the description. I don't know
Ooh.
if you can see this or not, but you'll then be able to see the description of the video and you can see all the links there. So I hope that helps. Um,
Yeah.
but
If
yeah,
not, go to our Instagram. If you have Instagram, follow us on Instagram, and then there should be a link in our description, and then go from there. Yeah, I'm sure. Your second Twitch follow, bruh. That's funny. That's awesome.
Viper said he's our second Twitch follower. That's actually
I'm
funny
pretty
because I'm
sure.
I'm our first
Yeah, I was
Twitch
gonna say I'm pretty
follower.
sure you are first.
That's so funny. I
That's
mean, Twitch
funny.
is something we want to grow. So I like Twitch platform streaming. We're gonna grow. By the way, we're not quitting on YouTube at all. Like YouTube's taking off for us. We love this community. We're
Yeah.
just gonna do both. Por qué los dos, right?
Porque no los dos.
Um, So I'm just gonna catch up on some of these comments. Doughboy says JT had 3 2,000-yard seasons in college. No one else has ever done it. I'm legit biggest JT fan. I drafted him in our redraft league last year, and I wish it was Dynasty. Yeah, I feel that. Gurley fell off because he's girly. He's always had very weak knees. Akers doesn't have that problem. I get it, but whenever you play running back in the NFL, I mean, you are the most beat up player on the field every game. Every game, you're the person taking the biggest punishment. So I get where you're coming from, but I still think that something could go wrong, and it always does for these running backs. They always get injured. Um, yeah, Doughboy's kind of talking on that point. Your evaluation is fair. We are taking a pretty big leap of faith in Akers, but he seems foolproof with volume and a good offense, in my opinion. I get it. And again, these are two very different players in very different situations. But let's just remember how everyone was talking about Kenyon Drake last year. I don't think there are any foolproof players. Really, there's not really any foolproof players. I mean, other than like the top like 5 guys, right? So
Yeah, I mean, look.
claiming foolproof is dangerous. You know, it's dangerous to say anything is foolproof.
Yeah, I think we just don't know. I think this is going to be something that I know Zach and I are going to be following really closely, and I'm happy to be wrong about it because that just proves my point. I'm not proves my point. Like that proves your point or it proves my point. Like
Yeah, I'm gonna
someone,
switch the clock. Sorry, just quickly, I'm gonna
yeah,
switch it to 30 seconds.
yeah, someone's going to be wrong about it. So if JT finishes higher, awesome. Like I was wrong, and we're going to the JT is going to be the talk of being literally the top 5 running back in every draft if he does finish top 5, and there's no doubt about it, right?
Yeah.
And then same thing with Cam Akers. If Cam Akers can have that role, wow, he was the workhorse. Sean McVay knows how to use a running back, or Sean McVay gave Cam Akers that role. If he does, then that's great, and I was
Yeah.
right. So we're just
I
gonna
think
see.
what's important to note is that we're not gonna pretend that we're like NFL scouts or that we worked for like NFL teams, or we simply use reason, logic, and research to come up to our conclusions. So again, I know people on YouTube have trolled us before. Look at these nerds pretending they know something. Like, whatever, it's fine. We're not gonna pretend that we are something that we're not. But all that being said, the reason I'm saying that is because one of us will be wrong. We're going to be wrong on takes this year, and that's okay.
Bro, even the
But I
analysts are
still
wrong, B.
feel strongly, all these like professional analysts, yeah, I mean they do the same thing. And you have takes, you believe in things, and you ride or die by those takes. My Jalen Hurts take is I told you, it is my biggest ride or die take this year. I am not taking Jalen Hurts in any dynasty league at all. And I think today's report only solidifies that for me. Like, if you're out there and you have Jalen Hurts in Dynasty and you really think he's the future of the Philadelphia Eagles, just think again. Watch the videos. Watch what I've said about him. We just released a video or a podcast about the NFC East. I talk about it more in depth there, but I don't want to get on another Jalen Hurts rant. I like him in redraft, not Dynasty.
Yeah. Man, a lot of people went off the board here. I just want to kind of talk about my team. 4 wide receivers back to back. I feel like I had a good bounce back there. Cortland Sutton, Tyler Boyd, Michael Pittman, and my boy Elijah Moore. I do not mind how I kind of picked it up, solidifying my quarterback, my whole running back room, and my tight end, and then having a decent, wide receiver room. It's not amazing. I don't got one of the top guys.
Yeah.
But, what I believe, Tyler Boyd coming out and doing something special, I still believe he's going to get the targets. I still believe he could be the number 2 wide receiver there. Michael Pittman, in your belief and how he can be amazing, the new Alshon Jeffrey, everyone already knows how I feel about Elijah Moore. But Cortland Sutton, I think, is probably my biggest question mark on this team. But I do have hope that he's going to bounce back, coming back off that ACL injury. I'm pumped about this.
Yeah, it feels good when you do a mock draft and you're like, "Ooh, I really wish this was my team."
Yeah, people thought I wanted Jerry Jeudy, but really, joke's on you.
Yeah. Shout out to Crypto Cowboy. He says he's going to be our 3rd Twitch follower. Why don't we pop the Twitch thing in the chat here so people can actually follow it?
Yeah, like I said, it's not set up or anything. It's still really fresh.
Yeah, it's nothing special right now.
It's still really fresh. I gotta make all the assets and stuff for it, and then zhuzh it up. But we are going to be going live on Twitch and Viper. We're gonna have all that, Discords, mods, and all that stuff. We got a whole crew kind of doing that.
We do?
Yeah, man, that's me.
Oh, okay. I was like, who's doing that for us?
We got the whole crew. I'm the crew, man.
Okay.
But yeah, we got the whole crew doing it. So be on the lookout for that. I'm pumped. I hope Mooney was gonna fall to me there.
Yeah.
But GG's.
Yeah, I mean Twitch is awesome. So follow us there. Viper says 2 biggest guys I switched my opinions on. I don't think Eagles realize how good Sanders is, and I was staying away from Monty, but now I think he could be the next Arian Foster. Yeah, I think Sanders and Monty are those guys who are kind of in that RB, like tier wise. They're kind of in that tier 3 range, which their outcomes could be so different.
Yeah.
We really don't know the outcome of Miles Sanders and David Montgomery, but damn it.
Get him, Tommy.
Shit.
Get him, Tommy.
Okay. Well, it's okay. It's okay. Everything's okay.
Damn it, Dale.
Damn it, Dale. Oh, that's pain. I was like, oh, I'm about to get Jonnu in the 10th. Oh, and then you just snipe my ass. Crypto says, I listened to the podcast at work this morning, a little biased because it's your team's divisions. Yeah, I have to be honest with you. The podcast we put out today about the NFC East is probably the most biased podcast we have recorded, I think, so far.
Shit, 30 seconds. I'm
We
happy
just
with
got auto
I'm
pick.
happy with Mike Gesicki. I don't mind that. He's my top. He's in my top
it was
10.
a very. I have to admit that the podcast we just. I think we tried our best to be unbiased, but I think naturally we're going to view our teams a little bit differently. But hopefully it was still fun to listen to, and we gave some good insight. Daniel says I like Hurts for redraft, not dynasty. I agree. I hope Kenneth Gainwell gets to shine. Yeah, I mean that's a guy who could carve out a role for himself. Kenneth Gainwell potentially, but Aki, you need to turn your auto draft off.
Oh shit.
But yeah, that's definitely a guy who has a chance to show who he is.
Yeah, we think that he could have a role there in Philly, but who knows? Who really knows?
It is hard to
to really predict it and see what's gonna happen. But it's okay. We'll figure something out.
It's okay.
It's okay. Who to take here? Who to take, man? Oh my goodness. Oh my. That's how my dad talks.
Really?
Have you never heard my dad talk? He's like has like a super strong African accent.
I heard him talk at your engagement party, but I don't remember.
Yeah, you couldn't even probably understand.
I think he was crying a lot, wasn't he?
Yeah, I was crying too. Shit, man.
Yeah, you were.
Bro, my wedding's gonna be a mess. Right, babe? She said yes.
Yes.
Yes. Who to take?
Yeah.
Who should I take here? I don't know.
Be careful. So, I got Tommy trying to trade, or Tommy Bockley, your boy Bricks, in a different league. He's trying to trade Pat Fryermuth. He wants Pat Fryermuth. So hard to value that guy right now, though.
Tommy, send me a trade. Don't be sending him a trade. You trying to do win now?
It's honestly not worth your time to send him a trade. Jokes.
Bro, I always send
here
him
I am
a
on
trade.
the board, and I see a guy that I like that has a lot of upside. It's a late round pick, and I think you know who it is. It's Rondell Moore. I'm pretty happy with my team so far. I honestly really, really like this team. Obviously, tight end is my clear weakness, but it's a team I actually really, really like.
Yeah, I love it. Jay says nice pick, Badaki, kinda. I like St. Brown. I personally believe he is going to be dangerous there in Detroit with Jared Goff.
Woke up feeling dangerous.
Yeah, Brashad Perryman and Tyrell Williams is nothing.
Yeah.
So, man, Doughboy, I definitely kept receipts from today's podcast. Oh, yeah. I actually have hope. What's crazy is I actually have hope for the Eagles. I don't know if you heard what I said. Is like, watch out, because I got love for Jalen Hurts. I got love for the kid, and I don't know why. I think he has some sort of swag that's nice, and he's gonna come in and he's gonna do something crazy, something that we're not gonna expect. Like I said, I had him going 5-12, but I think there could be something. There's gonna be some games that we're gonna be surprised at, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, I mean you could be right. I don't see them winning many games. I could be wrong, right? Gator fan says, I apologize if I've asked this previously. No need to say sorry, bro. We got you. But would you rather draft two late tight ends or quarterbacks in redraft? Or would you consider doing both? I'm always a component, or is that even a word? I'm always an advocate. That's
advocate
of
great
drafting two tight ends in a redraft league. Because I think there's a lot of tight ends when you go in every year who could take that next step. I don't imagine I'll ever leave a redraft with two quarterbacks. That's not something that I really ever do. What about you?
No, I completely agree. I do like taking a late tight end at the end. For example, Jared Everett just went off the board because I think he has potential. Same thing with Evan Ingram, like just these late round guys.
Drafted really late, yeah.
Yeah, it's like these late round guys. Like
Damn it.
Let's not forget. Like these guys have opportunity to kind of Blaze. No.
Show Blaze. Bring on.
I'm trying to be in a little terror right now.
Let's have a look at Blaze.
Hold on, let me try.
What's she doing?
Let me try to get her. Come here, come here. It's okay. I'm gonna grab her. I'm gonna show them. Gotcha.
The stream wants to see Blaze.
Can you pass her? No. Can you pick her up and bring her? She wants to play right now. She's being like a super.
Hey, Blazy. She can't hear me.
Hear you.
Yeah. So cute. So cute. Drop a like for Blazy if you haven't yet.
She's getting super big and she's getting.
She's still biting all the cords and everything.
Nah, she's more
okay.
Now she's onto like wood and chairs and stuff. She's like trying to bite the chairs, which is I guess a little bit better, but not really.
Yeah. Last time we were in the studio, Blaze was like literally every single chord. She was like, "Oh, I want that." She just bit every chord possible.
Got Deshaun Watson there, huge deal.
Chase says Hurts will be the quarterback one in fantasy for the next 10 years. I think he's trolling me, but I don't know. Hope for the Eagles is 5 wins, but Badaki is legit about to try to fly on a broom with these comments. Zach thinks the Eagles are going 0-6 in the division. I don't think they're going 0-6 in the division. Of course they have a chance. I mean, anyone can win a divisional game. But I don't think that the games that I said that they're going to win, all 3 of those games, that doesn't mean that they absolutely will. They could lose those games. So I'm just giving wiggle room. And honestly, we could be wrong. We could definitely be wrong. Imagine telling Zach you're quitting fantasy if you don't get drafted in A, and then you draft Jalen Hurts. Was that DSH?
I was on freaking auto pick. I was gonna take Tevin Coleman there. Sorry.
Damn, bro. You okay?
Todd Gurley, sleeper pick, guys. Do not take him. Bro.
Let's see. Zach,
look, I don't know.
Will we get a story time on how y'all first met and the talk about starting FantasyLand? Absolutely, we can definitely do that.
Who said that?
You are up, Badaki. Eagle schedules is rough, and our defense isn't good enough to win games. I mean, look. So yeah, I mean, let's. I mean, Crypto said, let's get a story time on how you guys met. Badaki right. And I met. How many years ago? I don't remember. I mean, we
probably like 4 years ago. I've been
4 years. You're really underestimating how long ago we met.
Nah, bro. I came here 2016. I moved into the house 2017.
Oh, okay. So maybe it is 4 years.
I'm pretty sure.
Feels like it's longer than that.
I moved into the house 2017 of like April.
Around 4 or 5 years ago, we met because we moved into the same house in college, which we lived with 10 other guys. So there's 12 guys in one house. It was insane. It was awesome. Good memes.
Mm-hmm.
But it was crazy. But anyway, I mean, we always liked football. Because we're in Sydney, Australia, we would wake up at 3 a.m. together. Because that's when the games start. The first slate of games on a Sunday. We would wake up at 3 a.m. together, watch the games. And we always had an idea kind of to do something. And we fell in love with fantasy, when we were kids. And we played together with, some of the guys here at college. And I think really it took off when we both lost our jobs in COVID last year. I mean, I had a job working as a TV editor. And in March of 2020, lost my job because of COVID. I was living in LA at the time. Badaki lost his job as well. And then we said, let's do something, bro. Because I literally put hundreds of applications out to get another job, right? And I never heard back from anyone. I would send hundreds of applications, and no one would reply. So got to the point where, you know what, F it. Let's just do something, bro. Enough bitching about it. Let's just actually do something. So then the idea of Fantasyland was birthed, and we originally just made it to talk shit about our friends in fantasy. And then eventually people started listening and they started liking it. We were like, hey, you know what? Let's do this for real. So, I mean, we only started this 8-9 months ago.
Year ago?
And no, it's not a year ago,
When did we start? It's like August.
This is
August
like 9 months
year.
ago. Well, it could be 10 months ago, but let me look at the first video we put out. Let me see.
I feel like it's almost a year. But yeah, I could be wrong. But it's close to that.
10 months ago. So
okay.
10 months ago is when we first started. But anyway, we've been obsessed with fantasy football for a long time. We feel like we're pretty good at it. We'd like to offer advice, but more importantly, we just wanted to build a community with it because people started to like what we were saying. So
Yeah.
we just started doing more, and we started doing more. We didn't do waiver wires at first. And we were like, oh, let's do waiver wires. People want to hear about it. Then people were asking about trade advice. So let's make a podcast about trades. And eventually we just kept adding more and more to it. We grew our social media. I mean, it's still small, but now we just see like an amazing opportunity to make something really cool out of this community. So that's kind of how it started. It started from something really shit, which is COVID and us losing our jobs. But honestly, like obviously what happened with COVID is really unfortunate. And, we're just so apathetic to people who had it hard in that situation. But for us, I'm so happy that I lost my job. Like, that sounds so weird to say, but I'm so happy that I lost my job because now I can see really me living out my dream, which is doing what we're doing now. I
Yeah.
really think that's the best thing ever. Um, but anyway, let's give draft grades.
Yeah. I'm down. Let's do it.
Let's do these in 30 seconds or less because we have a podcast. Not 30 seconds, but just let's be precise with these.
All
I'll
right.
do the first one, which is Daniel Ilioy.
Okay.
So you've got Christian McCaffrey. Oh, you know what? Should we tell people that we're giving out draft grades now? Giving out draft grades now.
Blaze.
Okay, sorry. So you've got Christian McCaffrey, Ronald Jones, Zach Moss, Devin Singletary locked up the Buffalo backfield, Kenneth Gainwell, Philip Lindsay. Your wide receivers are Calvin Ridley, Cooper Kupp, Jerry Jeudy, Jarvis Landry, Nelson Aguilar. Your tight ends are Mark Andrews, that is your tight end, and your quarterback is Patrick Mahomes. So I say this every live stream when Patrick Mahomes goes in the third round, and I just don't feel like it's good value to get Patrick Mahomes in the third round. I love Patrick Mahomes. I think he's going to be amazing. What more is there to say about Patrick Mahomes? But the reason I say that is because Kyler Murray, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, or Dak Prescott, you can almost guarantee that you can get them in the fifth round. So I'm always like in a redraft league, I will never have Patrick Mahomes on my team. And that's purely because I feel like I can get a foundational tight end, running back, or wide receiver in the third round. And then I can still get a top tier quarterback in the fifth. So that is my perspective. Again, it could be not your perspective, and that's okay. That is one thing I would have done differently because when you look at your wide receiver room, you obviously probably view these players differently than me, but I see it as a relatively weak depth at the wide receiver position, right? Like Judy's a good wide receiver 3, but what will happen with him this year? So whereas you could have gotten like a really good secondary wide receiver or secondary running back, like Ronald Jones is your RB2. I don't love that. But I get that you have covered all your bases here. So it's a good team. I'm going to give it a B+. I think this could have been easily an A team. The only thing I would have done differently, instead of having Patrick Mahomes, get a better RB2 there and then go grab Kyler Murray in the fifth. So that's what I would have done differently. Just my opinion.
All right. Team 2, Cannon, Dalvin Cook, DeAndre Swift, Chase Edmonds, A.J. Dillon, A.J. Brown, DJ Moore, Cook, Waddle, Fuller, Marquise, Hollywood Brown. One thing I can tell you right off the bat is that I wouldn't have taken Brandon Cooks there. I would have taken a Robbie Anderson, a Tyler Boyd, a Claypool. I don't think I understand Brandon Cook is probably the number one receiver there, wide receiver 1, but I'm not excited. Who's throwing him the ball? Davis Mills, a guy that we have no idea. He went in the third, fourth round. I'm not excited about him being the quarterback on the center there. I'm not excited about anyone in the Texans, so I would have just passed on him and got him in the late round as a steal or a Hail Mary type play. Lamar Jackson in the 4th and Matt Ryan in the 12th with Hunter Henry as your last pick and tied end. I think this whole team is decent. I think the Brandon Cooks one I definitely would have done. Also DJ Moore. I wouldn't have taken DJ Moore at the 5-2 as well. We're just not comfortable with him. We don't know what he's going to do. I would have taken a Woods, a Kenny G, a Jamar Chase over a DJ Moore. So those are the 2 guys that I probably would have faded.
I don't know if I can get there, but go ahead.
Yeah, that's something that I would do.
Like Jamar Chase specifically. But go ahead. Sorry.
So I'll give this team a B minus.
Okay. Team 3, Tebow fan. You got Derrick Henry, Chris Carson, Kareem Hunt, Raheem Mostert, Latavius Murray. Great running back room. Your wide receivers are D Hop, Robert Woods, DJ Chark, Rashad Bateman. This is, Gabe Davis. This is, a little bit weak with depth, but there is upside. Your quarterback is Aaron Rodgers. You really think he's playing this year? I don't know if it happens. It could, but I'm going to have to, consider that in your draft grade. In your tight ends are Robert Tonyan and Irv Smith. So to me, the clear weaknesses on your team is your quarterback and your tight ends. So, I mean, I don't know if Aaron Rodgers is even playing. You might not have a starting quarterback, and I don't love your options at tight end personally. So this is going to be a B flat team. If Aaron Rodgers does play, then you just got the steal of the draft, and this could be an A team, but we don't really know what will happen there.
Okay. Tommy, 1.6. We don't do a draft grade for us. Guys, just also so you know, drop your questions in the chat below. Now we're going to do a quick Q&A after this. Nick Chubb, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Melvin Gordon, Kenyon Drake, and James White. Look, Melvin Gordon is not a guy we would have taken. I would have taken a chance on a Michael Carter, a Leonard Fournette, a Damian Harris, maybe even a David Johnson. I don't like the Melvin Gordon pick at the 7.6. It's too early. Maybe if it was auto pick, I'm not sure, but I don't like it. Julio, Kenny G, Devonta Smith, Henry Ruggs, Jacoby Myers. I really like your wide receivers there. There's no doubt about it. I think it's great all around. George Kittle, Jonnu Smith, really strong. And then you got Ryan Tannehill at the 9.
This is a really good team.
Yeah, this is a really good team. I think Melvin Gordon is probably the only guy I would have not taken there. Like I said, Michael Carter, a Lenny, a Harris. I would have taken any of those guys over Melvin Gordon. But I'm going to give this an A minus.
Okay.
There's only one mistake.
Hey, bring up our faces right quick because we have officially filled our first Dynasty League.
Oh, wait, what?
Yeah, we have. Ryan Miozzi, I just got an email.
Bruh.
And I see Ryan just commented as well in the chat. So we're going to do this draft pretty soon with this Dynasty League. Everyone still needs to join that league because I don't think everyone has joined just yet. But, hey, that first league is full. We might need to do a second Dynasty League already.
Yeah. So, guys, if you haven't signed up or thought that you were going to sign up for the second Dynasty League.
If you still want to play Dynasty, still sign up, and let's see how many people sign up. And if there's enough, we're going to do it. Mm-hmm. Wow. Okay, that's awesome. So I'm just looking at the league right now. Let's have a look. So I'm just making sure.
Well, Cowboy joined, and then
Cowboy joined.
We got somebody that signed. There was Cowboy.
Corey, and then is it Dean? I just need to remember his name. His name's Touchdown Vulture, right? So it's Touchdown Vulture.
It's Brad.
Brad, you're right. It's Brad, Corey, Ryan. So those are the 3 spots that are full. So we're full on our first Dynasty League.
Bro.
Officially full, bro. That's crazy.
Hey, man, congratulations to you.
Let's go, baby. People believing in the brand. Hey, I'm hyped for that league, bro.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, let's get the second league started. If you want to join, now's the time to do it, guys, because these are going like hotcakes, and we don't think we can do more than 2 Dynasty Leagues. Mm-hmm. Big shout out to you, Ryan. Expect a DM from us very soon, as well as who else just signed up on the live stream? Expect a DM. Corey.
Yeah.
Expect a DM from us as well. Yo, this is awesome, bro. I'm so hyped.
Yeah.
All right. Is it Arnav?
Yeah, Arnav, you go.
Okay, Arnav. And by the way, we also have redraft leagues. So if you're watching this right now or you want to be a part of our redraft leagues, we also have redraft leagues. You can sign up with the redraft option or the best of both worlds, which gives you a nice little discount, and you can play in both of those leagues. Those are filling up as well. We only have a couple spots left in that first redraft league. Okay, Arnav, your team. You've got Zeke, James Robinson, Hines, Coleman, Devontae Adams, Jefferson, Robbie Anderson, Juju, Devontae Parker. You've got Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, and then you've got Kyle Pitts and Rob Gronkowski. So this is a pretty good team. Obviously, Adams is going to be relying on what happens with Aaron Rodgers. I like the Josh Allen pick. I think again, like even if you have to reach for Allen in the fourth, that's so much better than taking Patrick Mahomes in the third.
Hmm.
I like Kyle Pitts. He is my fifth tight end in redraft. I think, you're kind of drafting him where he should go. It's not a reach. It's not a value by any means. It's really comfy for me. The issue here with your team is your depth at running back. Okay, specifically. I mean, Hines, I like in PPR. Robinson, I believe Etienne's going to take the job this year. And then Coleman. So there are holes that you can fill in with those three guys, but I think it is a weakness of your team. And for that reason, I have to give you a B plus, not an A. I almost felt like I was on Shark Tank. For
Shark
that
Tank,
reason, I'm
yeah,
out. All
100%.
right. Let's get Seb a
Yeah. Austin.
and by the way, the finals are on, so like
Oh, for
let's
real?
get this. Let's get this rolling.
Oh,
Let's get
word?
this
Okay,
rolling.
Austin Eckler, Aaron Jones, Michael Carter back on David Dutton, Michael Thomas, Amari Cooper, Jamar Chase, OBJ, and Antonio Brown. I like all those picks. I like your running back picks as well. Trevor Lawrence and Ryan Fitzpatrick. You went with a super late option. I would have taken Joe Burrow over Trevor Lawrence personally, but it's all good. And then Tyler Higbee and the Big Trouts. This is a decent team. The only thing I would have done differently is maybe a. Oh, actually, no, I wouldn't have done anything. Maybe a Mooney over AJ Brown, but I mean Antonio Brown. But I know you like Antonio Brown, Zach. But
Yeah.
other than that, I think this is good all around, in my personal opinion. I think I would have taken T Higgins over OBJ probably. Other
Yeah.
than that, I think this is a decent
Great.
team. I'm gonna give it a B plus.
Okay. I like the late round strategy with the quarterbacks and tight ends because I like the guys you got. Could not work out, but I like the guys you got. All right, team 9. Jonathan Taylor, David Montgomery, Gus Edwards, Jamal Williams, Marlon Mack. You got Stephon Diggs, CeeDee Lamb, Deontay Johnson, Laviska Shenault, Russell Gage, Corey Davis. Your tight end is Hawkinson. Your quarterback is Russell Wilson. This is a good team. I love your depth at wide receiver. I'm not taking Deontay Johnson there, and I've hounded on this all year long. I just don't think the volume's going to be there with the addition of Najee Harris. They're going to run the ball more, and there will be less targets. So I don't love the Deontay pick. I don't think it's a reach, though. I think it's okay value. I love your depth at wide receiver. I love the tight end that you got and where you got him. And I love the quarterback you got and how late you got Russell Wilson. This is a good team. The only weakness is your depth at running back. But I think you have enough. Gus Edwards is kind of that buffer to make this an A- team. So this is an A- for me. Badaki, let's get team 10 here.
Yeah, Blaze, no. Just want to play. Cam Makers, Joe Moneybag Mixon, Lenny Fournette, Tony Pollard. Decent. Depth kind of lacks a little bit in my personal opinion. Keenan Allen, Mike Evans, Adam Thielen, Tyler Lockett. I think the one thing I would have changed in your wide receiver room right here was probably taking a CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper over Mike Evans. In my personal opinion, I would personally rather have those two over Mike Evans. I think a PPR monster and CeeDee Lamb I would have taken over that. Dallas Goedert. I love Evan Ingram. The second to last pick is great as well. Jalen Hurts at the 9. I think it's awesome. And Trey Lance as a sleeper. I think this team is a good team. The only thing that lacks is your running back depth. Cam Akers and Joe Mixon, I get it. Lenny, I think you need a little bit more. Tony Pollard could be something. But I like this team, I know you want an A. I'm gonna give you a B plus, bro. It's really close. I think if you took CeeDee Lamb over Mike Evans, for me, and probably had one
I
more
don't hate
running.
it though. Like I like the
Yeah,
Evans Lamb is a toss up for me.
for me, I would be taking CeeDee Lamb over Mike Evans
Yeah, I get it.
personally.
You
But
know what though? The thing that just to jump in here quickly, logistically, the thing that you could have done differently, I don't think you need to take Tyler Lockett. You could have grabbed a better RB3 there. You could have grabbed an Edmonds, a Jones, a Mostert, or even a Sermon. Like you could, and then you could have waited. Look at the wide receivers that were still available when you were there next. So that's one logistic thing I would have done differently.
it's not a bad team, bro. And I know you don't like the 110, but this is a decent team. Don't sleep
Yeah.
on it.
All right, I'm gonna grade Chase's because he commented that I never grade his. So I'm gonna grade Chase's, and then
Okay.
you're gonna do Perks, okay? So Chase, your team is Najee Harris, Travis Etienne, Mike Davis, Damian Harris, Daryl Henderson. Henderson's going much higher now. Be careful that we don't overdraft him. Be careful that we don't reach on Henderson. We want to get him late in drafts, but I get it. Um, your wide receivers are Terry McLaurin, Debo Samuel, Mike Williams, McCole Hardman, Michael Gallup, Cole Beasley, not Colt Beasley. Your tight
Hmm.
end is Travis Kelsey. Your quarterback is Justin Herbert. Um, so there are some glaring weaknesses on your team. Okay, the first one's your wide receiver room. Okay, I mean we love Debo, but has Debo ever stayed healthy? I'm much more comfortable with Debo as my third wide receiver on my team than I am as my second wide receiver on my team. So I get that you have some depth, some upside there, but that is probably the clearest weakness on your team is your wide receiver room. Now, in redraft, I cannot take Travis Etienne over Josh Jacobs. I know I'm hyped on him in Dynasty, and I don't think it's a bad pick, but if Josh Jacobs was there, that's something I would have done a little bit differently. This is a B B flat team because there's not much depth at wide receiver, and this could have been an A team. You are really good because you have Kelsey, the best. You have the biggest X factor, which will kind of make up for some of your weaknesses. But it's a B flat. There's very logistic things that you can do differently. Josh Jacobs there, and you could probably once you have Josh Jacobs, you could probably have gotten a better wide receiver too after that pick. So that's how I see it. Now, grade our last guy here with it, which is SD Perks.
Yeah, 100%. All right, Perks, Tyreek Hill, Allen Robinson, Brandon Ayuk, Chase Claypool, and Jalen Reagor. I really like this wide receiver room. It's really, really good here, in my opinion. You got Gibson in the second and Josh Jacobs in the fourth, James Conner, Jaden McKissick. I think that's where you kind of fall. Your running back depth is not amazing, but, I mean, you got good wide receivers. I think I probably would have taken another running back at that Chase Claypool pick potentially. Uh,
Okay.
Dak Prescott, Matthew Stafford as well, and then also Noah Fant and Gerald Everett, which I really like both your quarterback and your tight end room. So this is a really good team. I think you lack in the depth in running back. Your wide receivers are great. I have to give this a B plus A minus feel. Just change James Conner maybe for Gus Edwards, but obviously he went before you. Even a Darrell Henderson, that's really great in my opinion. So I like this team. I like that team.
Yeah. Same. All right. Well, we're gonna do a very quick Q&A right now, like 2 minutes quick, because the finals are on,
We got a
and we have to record a
podcast,
podcast as well today.
and we gotta figure out when we're gonna do a draft because our league's filled up. I don't know if you know
Yeah,
that, bro, but
yeah.
I mean,
It's a good feeling. Quickly, I just want to say, if you don't know, we do have a podcast, and if you could drop us a review on Apple Podcasts specifically, it really helps the show out. So if you could go to Apple Podcasts, search Fantasyland Football, and there's also a link to that in the description of this video. That's just going to help us out a lot. We really appreciate your support. So we missed a lot of comments. Thanks, Doughboy. He's proud of us.
all love,
Appreciate you,
man.
bro.
Appreciate you.
Sebastian, good night, my guy. We are in the morning, but good night. Gator said, all right, let's quickly answer these questions because the finals are on. Would you feel good having Michael Thomas and Julio as your top two receivers in redraft? Absolutely. I feel more than comfortable with that. Mark says, where are you comfortable drafting Pitts? I think where he went is as high as I can draft him, which is in the middle of the fifth. I cannot take him in the fourth round by any means, but I think mid fifth, early sixth is where I am comfortable.
Yeah, he was a
taking
one,
Kyle Pitts.
2, 3, fourth tight end off the board.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's decent. I would still take a Hawkinson over him, a Noah Fant over him, in my personal opinion, but that's just me.
Yeah. All right, Mark. 12-team Superflex TEP tight end premium. Who has more value, Kittle or Pitts? Kittle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Definitely Kittle. If it's not Dynasty. If it's Dynasty, Pitts. If it's redraft, then I would say Kittle. B is fair. Good stream, guys. Suns in 4. Well, it's got to be Suns in 5 now. We'll see. For your wide receiver 3, would you have Debo or Lockett? And is it close? I would go Lockett. I know it's probably inconsistent, but both of those guys are,
Yeah,
and I think I
same.
can rely on Lockett a little bit more.
Yeah.
Chase says it took me forever to decide between ETN. ETN got the edge because of PPR. I get it. I don't think there's a wrong answer. I just feel more comfortable this year with Jacobs. And in dynasty leagues, I'm taking ETN way earlier than everyone else is. So I
Mm-hmm.
get it. Also, Chase said, also, I don't know what I could have done better with my wide receiver room. I need details there because where I drafted and how things fell, I thought I did well. Yeah, so I think let's quickly look at his Chase's team. So I think what you could have done differently, right, is if you took like the Mike Davis pick,
Mm-hmm.
that could have been a wide receiver instead, right? Because if your team was Najee Harris, ET, Damian Harris, and Daryl Henderson, you still have a good wide running back room.
Yeah.
So I think instead of doing Mike Davis there, you could have grabbed a Tyler Lockett. You could have grabbed a T. Higgins,
Mm-hmm.
even an Ayuk, and then not grab Debo later. So I think that is one logistic way you could have switched it up. Now, the reality is you could easily trade Mike Davis for a decent wide receiver, and you could be fine.
Yeah.
But that's just where we are with it.
Yeah.
Hope that helps. We got to end the live stream. Normally we would stay for all the questions, but the finals are on, and we got to record a podcast. So,
It's all love, y'all.
hey,
Thank
this
you
was
so
really fun,
much.
man.
Yeah, thank you so much for supporting the show. Thank you so much for everyone that signed up to Patreon. We'll definitely be giving you guys a shout out. If you haven't joined Patreon, or if you're thinking about contemplating joining Patreon, send us a message. We're more than happy to answer any of your questions. Patreon.com/FantasyLandFam. We love you guys. Thank you so much. If you want to
Yeah.
do Dynasty, we still have another league. If that fills up, we're going to do it. So sign up for Dynasty now as soon as possible. The more, if you've signed up now, I think it's the better chance for us to really fill in that second league.
I think we'll
So
fill in that second league. I think people really want it. So,
yeah, so
yeah.
we're actually really excited about that. So stay tuned, man. All love.
All love, guys.
Doses.
Doses.